Welcome, everybody. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Definitely much appreciated you. For those of you not familiar with this channel, this is Mr. Futures, aka Victor. Thank you for joining us once again for another show of the NBA/MLB script revealed, as well as any of the other major sports that we continue to show is definitely scripted by this number system that we love to take advantage of called gematria. Now, for people who's not familiar with what gematria is a number system that is directly connected to our letter system, the English language. So, for those of you not familiar with it, pay attention to this video, and when you have some time, review some of my previous videos, and you'll pay attention, and you'll see multiple examples of how we continue to take advantage of these professional scripted outcomes, these predetermined events, and we showing you exactly how we were able to do it. So shout out to all the subscribers, all the followers on another successful day, another perfect day. I believe this makes 3 consecutive, multiple perfect plays. So shout out to 3 days, I'm sorry, but multiple plays each day. And today, we got it done pretty early. We jumped on a bunch of 1 o'clock games. And it's always great when you could get that out the way, start your day off with a couple of wins, and enjoy the rest of your night. Have some time with your family, have some time with your loved ones, and it's always amazing when it works out like that. So shout out to everybody that's following us, that's supporting us, that's promoting us, all of that. Definitely appreciate it. And we'll get into exactly summarizing today's play specifically and why we decided to go at it the way that we did. So if you're in here, click that like button. Don't be a bozo, like we love to say over here. Be in the minority, not the majority. And it's always gematria at its finest. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So now let's get into it. The first play of the day, definitely recommended, was the so for anybody who's been paying attention to us yesterday, we were on the other side of this game with the Baltimore Orioles becoming 8-9 for the season. Like 89 on the 24-date numerology, where 89 is the 24th prime. And another example of why we did that was because of the Baltimore Orioles equaling 89 in single reduction. So it looks like a number that specifically follows this team. Now the 89 played yesterday, so what did we do? We jumped right back on this game for another 89. As you guys can see, the Miami Marlins, with the victory today, became 8-9 on the season, like 89, against the Baltimore Orioles, which equal 89 in single reduction. So if it played yesterday, why wouldn't it play today? So shout out to everybody that was on top of that game yesterday, that victory, as well as jumping on the other side of it today, but staying on the same number of the 89 ringing true with the Baltimore Orioles and the Miami Marlins defeating the Orioles at home to become 8-9 on the season, like 89. Another observation that was clearly made was the Baltimore Orioles with a loss. Well, first of all, today was a 10-date numerology, but that 10 could have played either side. But an observation that was made about the Baltimore Orioles was with the loss, they became 8-10, like 8-10 or 81, because in numerology 0 has no value, and the next game they play is on Friday. And as we always talk about the days of the week and the planets that they're named after, Friday is named after Venus, which equals 81, like 8-10 when 0 has no value in numerology. So the perfect time for them to become 8-10 heading into Friday, where Venus equals 81, and now their record seems to look like a bunch of 81s as well. And so as you guys can see, besides the 89, well, 89 is also the 11th Fibonacci number. And one thing that we did observe was Trevor Rogers, who is the starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins today, 89 being the 11th Fibonacci number, it was his 11th start of his career. 11th start, 89 to 11 Fibonacci. They became 8-9. He definitely got the win, and he became 2-1 on the season, like 21 on the 21st day of the month. So shout out to everybody that took advantage of that. Definitely amazing, and a clean play The Miami Marlins was about a minus 150, so not too crazy. Definitely still within the range of what we like to attack. So shout out to everybody that was on the correct side of that one. And if you in here, like we always love to say, click that like button, drop some positivity or a constructive comment, whatever the case may be. We'll pay attention and we'll jump on it after the review. Also, I'm gonna potentially give you guys a heads up on an NBA game tonight as well. That looks kind of lit. But D-Main play of the day. Now, we've been specifically following this series, right? And we hit this yesterday of the San Francisco Giants plus 140 on the money line. Now, I preach this all the time about responsibly attacking these games and to not get greedy. So for today's game, knowing how Vegas loves to play it, and there was definitely numbers in this game for the San Francisco Giants to become 12-6 on the season, like Phillies equals 126, right? There was multiple numbers and multiple riddles for the San Francisco Giants to win this game. However, hitting the same underdog back to back in the same series is not something that I like to bet the house on. I understand exactly how Vegas continues to run a successful business, and that is why today's play was the San Francisco Giants on the run line plus 1.5 runs, which, as you guys can see, they successfully covered. They lost the game 6-5, covering the 1.5 runs for another winner and another perfect day for Mr. Futures and myself, as well as the community and everybody who successfully read the notes and followed the recommended plays that we gave out. Now, oftentimes, when a team has a great will to win as an underdog, they don't necessarily win the game. We've seen this come across in basketball, football, as well as the Major League Baseball. But coming off of an underdog win in this same series last night, where the San Francisco Giants became 6-5, like Philadelphia, equaling 65 on a 65-date numerology. As you guys can see, they might have even rubbed it in our faces, because look at the score. The Philadelphia Phillies win 6-5 after we hit a 6-5 record yesterday on a 65-date numerology where Philadelphia equals 65. So this is exactly why the recommended play was the Giants plus 1.5 runs on the run line and another winner. So shout out to everybody that took advantage of those plays. Another perfect day, having an amazing month when we're looking at these MLB games and NBA games as well. We mainly been recently attacking the MLB because it's been very, very beneficial. So shout out to everybody that's continuing to promote us, support us, and use this system called Gematria and attack these games like a professional businessman, responsibly, and avoiding these pitfalls that Vegas and the elites often put right in front of us when it comes to these scripted sports outcomes. We're helping to wake up the sheep on a daily basis. We're helping people put residual income back in their pockets, back in their bank accounts, and we definitely on the correct side of the correct side way more often than not, preaching positivity, building within the community as well, and trying to raise the awareness of the overall people, and take them away from the fandom that these sports leagues and these sports teams often create by luring people in with the entertainment aspect of these sports. This is not a fair sport. These games are predetermined and the outcomes are predetermined, and we continue to show exactly that by using this system called Gematria and showing people exactly how these numbers continue to play with their respective teams. So those were the two plays today. Shout out to everybody that that attacked these games responsibly and were able to pad their pockets, fill their bank accounts, and have a very successful week. So I believe that's 3 straight perfect days, and for the most part, you definitely got to appreciate these days when you have a clean sheet. Be humble in your wins, humble in your losses, and continue to learn and put in the work and show consistent results as well as consistent decodes, and continue to open people's eyes up. Every single day we're getting new followers and new members messaging us and thanking us for the work and the content that we continue to put out and prove exactly how they are doing what they're doing. So on that note, I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. Oh, and before I leave, Let's just talk about this NBA game real quick. So one specific NBA game that's on the slate for tonight, that I was looking at. It's kind of look interesting, but I'm not going to give this game out as a player or anything. But I just want you guys to pay attention to see if this does happen. So the Atlanta Hawks versus the New York Knicks, right? As you guys can see, the Atlanta Hawks 32-26, New York Knicks 32-27 on the season. Now today is a 28-day numerology. Now, how we get the 28-date numerology, you add the month plus the day. 21 plus 4 is 25, and the year, 2 plus 2 plus 1. 25 plus 2 is 27, plus 1 is 28. We have a 28-date numerology today, right? 28-date numerology. Hawks equal 28 in reverse full reduction. And the New York Knicks can pick up their 28th loss of the season, possibly, as well as the Atlanta Hawks picking up their 33rd win of the season against the team from New York. So I want you guys to pay attention to see if this happens, but moving forward, these are some of the things you guys want to pay attention to when you're attacking, sports across a bunch of different platforms. You got soccer, you got UFC, you have the NBA, you have the MLB, you have the NFL, you have college basketball, you have a bunch of different things that you can use gematria to continue to attack responsibly and benefit financially, as well as lowering your stress level when it comes to these games. So just for everybody who might be looking at some NBA games, this was quickly something that I saw, as well as the Hawks picking up their 17th away win, where we both know this, right? The Hawks equals 17, but New York Knicks equals 70 in single reduction, and 17 is the 7th prime number. So guys, pay attention to see what happens with this game and this outcome. Like we love to say over here on this channel, gematria at its finest, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. So I wanted to point those things out to you guys so you guys can see it right here. The Atlanta Hawks, 32-26, can pick up their 33rd win of the season against the team from New York, where New York equals 33 in reverse full reduction. As well as the Knicks could pick up their 28th loss of the season on a 28-date numerology. 21 plus 4, the month, is 25, plus the year. 25 plus 2 is 27, plus 1 is 28. And Hawks equaling 28 and reverse full reduction. So just pay attention, see if this happens. If it does, come back, leave a positive comment. Don't worry about it. But again, we're not specifically giving that out as a play. I'm just giving this, this information to you guys prior to the game so you guys can pay attention to it and see exactly what happens. But these are just some of the things that we look at when we're looking at these games. And, once again, salute to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Even the bozos, there seems to be a lot of bozos out there, but we're going to continue to get them out of here and clean up this community. And if you're in here, click that like button. Definitely be in the minority, not the majority. And definitely appreciate the love and support that we continue to get. So shout out to you guys. As we love to say on this channel, gematria at its finest. Easy as 1, 2, 3. On the way in, on the way out, same thing. Salute to you guys. Victor, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Salute.